talk about Bitcoin right now. Everybody's watching Bitcoin right now. Everybody is scared that it's about to, drop, and some people think that it's about to take off right now. But me personally, I'll tell you guys what I believe is about to happen. Everyone has a different opinion. No one can know exactly what's going to happen. But anyways, we're gonna go over this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But let's talk about this. We are at 112.9K right now. So that's pretty big here with Bitcoin, which is also a very significant support level where we have our Fibonacci. I've been talking about this level for the longest. And yes, we've now hit this support. But the bad thing is, if we break this support, we are going to see some nasty drops here inside of Bitcoin. The first thing, if we break the support, the next support is down at about 104 to 105K. We have that area with the Fibonacci, and that would be the next support area for us to go down to. So 105K is major support. That would be a 7.16, let's just say 7% drop for us. Now, if that level was broken at 105K, then we would be looking for 99K. We do not want to go down that low, but we will be looking for that level if we break 105 and 104K. So we don't want to do either one of those things, right? We just want to go up from where we are, but unfortunately, things don't happen like that. It just doesn't work like that. We have this meeting coming out, this meeting with the Jackson Hole thing with the Fed, and this is going to be coming out pretty soon here. So you guys definitely want to watch that because it's going to be huge. And that's pretty much going to decide the direction of the market. Well, the initial movement of it will decide the direction. But there could be a bear trap as well. So that's why I'm showing you guys this chart, because if we pull back and we go down to 105K, that might be the bear trap that we're waiting for. If this goes down to 105K, that might as well be the bear trap. Now, looking at different charts here at the 1 hour, I'm going to show you a few different things here. So the MACD on the 1 hour has pretty much been selling off for a pretty good minute now, since about mid-August, like 13th to 14th of August. We've pretty much been selling out here on the MACD, and that's when we topped out here, right? And we've been selling off since then. But now we're kind of at this area where it looks like we could be breaking out here from the MACD. It looks like we could have a reversal to the upside. And almost the same thing when you look at the percent R trend exhaustion here. This tracks the direction of these trends. And as you can see, the blue one down here, the blue line down here, this is tracking the long-term movements, and it's indicating that it's ready to go back up. So that could be an indication that we're oversold here. But my worries here is when I go higher and higher on these charts, this starts to look a little bit different. So you can see that it dissipates a little bit. So now it still shows that we are oversold here on the trend R, the percent R trend exhaustion. And then you can also see we're also oversold here on our MACD. So we're oversold in both of those areas on Bitcoin. But then when we bring it here to the daily chart, we are not oversold enough on our percent R trend exhaustion, and we are not oversold enough on our MACD, and it's not yet at the bottom. So I feel like we could have one last drop before the next pump, and that would end up bringing us down to our next major support, which was also major resistance at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025 this year. So that is a very important area. That's why I mentioned 105K. I was pulling back somewhere around here, either 108 or 105K. I know I keep going straight down to 105, but 108K was the previous resistance leading into this rally that we're in now. So that is why 108K is also very important. And that can be where the bull trap comes, or the bear trap comes in, because you see the pullback to 108K, possibly 105, but you just see that pullback, and then you just see it breaking out from there. And that is where the idea of a bull trap comes from. And like I said before, it has been overbought for the longest on the percent R trend exhaustion here. But as you can see, it's nearing the end of that overbuying area. Now it's no longer overbought, but it's selling off, but not necessarily oversold either. So that's what we're kind of facing here on the daily chart. And then if we pull up here on the weekly chart, we could see we are completely exhausted on the upside here. So you can see with the percent R trend exhaustion, you can see that the trend is exhausted. That is exactly what it's telling you. The trend is exhausted, it's overbought, and it's trying to pull back right now, and it just needs some time to cool off. So personally, I don't believe we pulled back enough until we pull back to about 99K and then have a takeoff from there, right? And then just break out and take off. But it doesn't always happen like that. And when we look at the MACD on the weekly chart as well, you can see that the trend of the buying is actually slowing down as well. It could easily switch into a seller's market here, and it looks like that's what it's trying to do here. So for the weekly and the daily chart, it's looking pretty bearish. But when I looked at the hourly chart, it looks pretty bullish. And then you look at the 4-hour chart and you're like, hold on. On the 4-hour chart, it is oversold on the MACD. It's oversold on the percent R trend exhaustion. So why has it not went up yet? And that's because it can stay oversold for a long period of time, a longer period of time than you would think. So this could be oversold for a while. Yeah, it shows that it's oversold now, but it could stay oversold. And I kind of want to show you something. So looking back here at the 30-minute chart, you can see we have been oversold on these same indicators for the last 2 weeks. Well, for the last week. Since the 14th of August, we have been oversold on both of those indicators. So there is a huge possibility, and you can also see down here, the MACD still showing that is closer to the oversold side. So this is also why when you come back here and look at, the daily chart, you can be like, well, it hasn't gotten oversold yet. And if you come over here to the 4-hour chart, you could be like, it hasn't gotten, well, it is a little bit oversold, but now it's going to reverse because it's oversold and it's at the bottom. But no, it can stay oversold for long, just like how I showed you with the 30-minute chart. So this could be the thing that brings us down to 104K, 105K, or possibly 99K. That is where the whole idea of the bear trap comes, because it tricks you. It makes you think that now we're in a bear market. It makes you think that it's going to continue to go down, when in reality, it's just going down to that support where it's going to have the most volume at. So we just have to really wait until we continue to have some more pullbacks. And then after these pullbacks, we'll be able to, build back up from there. But at this point right now, it does seem like we're going to pull back harder. I would say prepare for this now with Bitcoin. Even coming to like a smaller time frame, the 15-minute chart has been throwing up oversold signs again since mid-August. So now we're seeing more of that selling pressure coming in. And just looking here at the 15-minute chart, you can kind of see how it's crossing here right now on the percent R trend exhaustion. I think that the buying trend is kind of exhausted right now. It's going to continue to go down. So we're just going to have to wait and be patient. But, some people believe that we're about to go take off right now. So if we get good results with this Jackson Hole meeting that everyone's talking about with the Fed, then we could quite possibly have a good, amount of push to the upside. But if we get bad news, which is what most people are expecting and what most economists are talking about as well, then we're probably going to confirm the downtrend here with Bitcoin. Hopefully we stop before 99K, but 99K is that bottom territory. We do not want to go below 99, because if we go below 99K, it's going to be a nasty, nasty drop. We have pretty good support at 74K, 75, but we do not want to go all the way down to 74, 75K. I don't see it going down that low, by the way. I'm just kind of mentioning major support areas. Personally, I see the lowest for this drop at 99K. I don't believe we're gonna go all the way down to 100K like that, like that. But it can happen fast. It can be going down to 105 and then just breaking that and immediately down to 99, and then an immediate recovery back up to like 120. So this can all happen very fast. I would just say watch out for it. But yeah, currently at this moment, it does look like we're going to continue on the downside here. For Bitcoin, we're literally actively breaking 112K, going down further as we're making this video. Like, we almost got to 111K, almost. We literally got to $112,004. $112,004. all of that effort just did not hit that 111K mark. Because the second we hit that mark, it's a psychological number. It's a number that every trader who's trading Bitcoin knows. It's a number that all of the hedge funds that have Bitcoin inside of their hedge funds, all of the different index funds that have Bitcoin, everybody that notices this, sees it going below 111, if they see that, they're going to immediately short it, because then it's probably going to end up bringing it down to 105 to 99K. And that's going to be the smart money, the big money, the whales, the rich people. They will drive the price down if this goes below 112K. So yeah, just pay attention to that. This is a major support zone. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today, though. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely make your own decisions, and just do your own technical analysis, see what is sitting well with you. Because if this goes down to 99K, that's a buying opportunity. So it really isn't that big of a deal. It's only a big deal for people who are like over leveraged in the market. Like, then you have leverage, you should definitely be worried about this. Either way, if you have leverage to the upside or downside, you're trying to short along the market, you still want to be very careful, because anything can happen. But yeah, anyways, this is all I got for you all today. As always, I'll be back with another video.